What's up, y'all? This is Jeremih, and you are now checking out ThisisRnB.com. Y'all keep it locked.
Right. So as a musician-songwriter, one big thing that we like to know is how do you come up with your material? Do you start off with the music first, or do you start off with just writing? Like, how does it go for you?
Both ways, really. Sometimes it depends on that day. You know, I'm before writer, songwriter, musician. I was producing. You know, what should I say? Before songwriting, I was producing. But I used to just come up with tracks first, and that's when sometimes I find inspiration from the beat, you know, to write a song or how I felt that day. And I used to sample a lot, and it was so easy because I come up with hooks off the samples. Because sometimes I reverse them or, you know, do things to make them say words that you probably wouldn't think they would say. You know, that's just the art of creating to me when it came to this production. But when I work with Mick for my albums, you know, usually I have concepts sometimes. I have lyrics already, and I just be like, yo, either I want to rap them or I want to sing them. And sometimes I bring them to the table. But for the most part, we usually start from scratch and feed off that.
What was your favorite sample you ever used then?
Marcus Finch. I get a sample from there. And I just had a lot of samples. I didn't even know where they were from. I kept getting bulks of them. I kept stealing, using my USB. You know, going to people's computers and stealing their kits and whatnot. So I never really knew exactly where, you know, the samples, all of them are coming from, and that's what I loved about it, because I didn't like to sample records that were hits. You know what I'm saying? I sampled the underground stuff that probably people would never hear, other than if they caught the album.
So you would never go digging for the crates, or you would just sometimes do the blogs?
No, I never had the crates in which I, you know, take a sample off, you know, myself. I used to just go to people's computers and get all their sounds, because no matter what, even if you share the sample with someone else, you know, your outcome is always going to be different, because it depends on how a person will break down the sample, and that's what I taught myself how to do.
Some people may not know that you penned a great record for an up-and-comer named Jenna Andrews.
Oh yeah.
It was named Tumbling Down. Do you plan on doing more songwriting for other artists?
Yeah, that's the plan. That was the goal intentionally, initially, should I say. But I ended up being the artist singing those records. And Jenna, I love that song. I loved it. I actually wanted to put it on my album.
Really?
That's how much I loved it. I felt like it was the type of sound, obviously, that people doesn't hear from me. You know, don't hear from me on the radio. You know, it's definitely a different type of feel. It's a real dark tone. I remember writing it that day. It was one of those, I don't even know where I came up with the hook from, but it came so instantly, like in a matter of about 30 seconds. You can ask Mick produced the record once again, and I don't know, man, that was just one of those joints. That one, and also was another one called Fireman. I loved dearly. I wanted to put it on this album, but hopefully, who knows? But yeah, that was a dope record.
At what point did you say, you know what, F it, I'm gonna sing on top of all these records, and I'm not gonna try to just sell them. I'm gonna be the artist of Jeremih yourself?
Birthday sex. That was really when that dropped, and people, you know, when I started singing it and seeing the reaction from the crowd, I'm like, yo, you know, damn, I didn't know. I just did not know, you know. And at the time, I was just writing, and even now, like I said, back then I used to do covers of other artists' records, and you know, sing their songs, and people would give me, you know, feedback because they knew those songs. It was like, okay, that's dope. But like I said, to have the ability now to sing my records that I wrote, and people, it's like the best feeling almost in the world to know that you actually had everything to do with that song, and these people are singing it word for word with you.
So basically, when you got some groupies, you said, hey, I might want to pursue this.
Hey, whatever, man. Call what you want. It's dope, though.
So tell us how you work with your partner, Mick Schultz. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
What is the process between you two guys?
Well, you know, I met him a little over 2 years ago now, and I met him actually at Columbia College downtown, which is an art school. And offhand, like I used to come up to him like, yo, I make beats. Like this is what I do. You make beats. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to see what we can come up with together. And at the time, I was just on some beats and hooks. That's all I really wanted to do, because I felt like, you know, that's what a lot of artists need anyway, you know. So I started working with him, and like I said, we went in there, and it was an instant type of chemistry that, which is why I feel like we still kind of close now, working still together, and he's been able to produce and the albums that I've released thus far entirely. And when we go in there, like I said, it's fun, man. I try not to think about it as work. And even if I gotta pull the PS3 sometimes and just take a break, get a little 2K in or whatnot. But just going back and forth with it, and we kind of feed off each other's energy. Whether I'm throwing shots of percussion or he's throwing me melodies to come at singing wise, it's like it's a duo. And also my partner Marcus Finch, he comes in as well. I knew him a long time friend, and he's pretty dope with the writing as well as far as melodies. So we all just go in there and vibe out. Sometimes you see credits when it's like 12 people on the writing. I mean, I don't mind collabing with other people. I love actually the synergy when it's a lot of creative minds in there. But so far, it's just been that triangular offense, and we've been knocking
What's
it
your
out.
favorite piece of equipment?
I like my Moti.
Still?
Yeah, I still like it. Mick got like 50 keyboards and all that, MPs and all that, but I just love using what I had, at the time, and I just bring my bring all the ideas that I had, and I usually just bring it to him like, yo, this is what I got, what you think we should add on to it, and that's sometimes how it worked out as well.
Well, we really liked your first single, I Like, off of All About You. Do you feel like it should have done a little bit better on the radio?
Yes.
What do you think kept it from getting bigger?
I really don't know. It could have been a lot of reasons, but I think with the first single, it was one of those joints. I'd go out to other states and like, yo, I was hoping. Like I went to Miami one time, and even out here in New York, and even out on the West Coast in LA, and I'm just like, yo, I thought it was because my hometown was playing it like heavy rotation, which obviously I expect in a sense, but I thought with Luda on it as well, it was going to be bigger than it really was, or even do up on the charts, which it was cool. But definitely, I guess my first go around with Birthday Sex, I got kind of spoiled with the immediate number oneness of it, and I don't know. I feel like it does well when I perform it now. It is like that type of record that obviously I performed my last song on the set, and it's the same reaction now everywhere I go. So might not have done the best on the charts, but it's just one of those records I think the ladies love, and fellas obviously in the bedroom, get an extra grind or two in with it. So.
Can we ever get a taste of the second verse?
Oh yeah. Everywhere I go now, I be thinking about the last time we were all night. And the morning after to the summer rain, yeah. I don't know. I kind of love the original verse of it, because it was more R&B then, But Luda came in and did his thing, and even like some of the metaphoric phrases I use with the what's the word? We fall into the after spot, yeah. We made it to the after dark, yeah. Follow me to my. Just using some of those little metaphors, hopefully people got them. But I know, like radio didn't play that version, but when I perform it, people know it. It's kind of weird. It's like, I know that's not the version they heard, but when I perform it, I look at some of the ladies and they sing along with me, and that's just like, it's cool.
Does it bug you out a little?
I mean, a little bit, but it lets me see that people obviously appreciate that verse as well, and actually looked it up and put it on their playlist and know the words, and I don't know. I mean, that's what sucks sometimes, actually having a feature with someone, because when you have to perform it, it's like, damn, unless they there, it's like, okay, you gotta have an alternative, unless that song's gonna be cut short. But I'm glad actually that the song was originally just just myself at first, and I was able to just to wing it right now, and people know that verse.